Let me ask a couple stories. One, do you follow anything with China? Are you somebody that's okay? So Soros, which we know the name Soros. Here's what Soros said recently, and I'm curious to get your take on this. Soros is a guy that's worth, I don't know, $20 billion guy. He's a guy that is hated by the right, and a lot of people on the right think he is manipulative, deceptive, and he wants to inject his philosophies politically to this country. But here's what he said. He says, this is a Bloomberg article, Soros says China's real estate crisis, Omicron, threatens Xi rule. Billionaire philanthropist George Soros and China's Xi Jinping may fail to extend his rule of the country later this year. In contrast to what most observers expect, Soros cited Xi enemies within the party, real estate crisis, ineffective vaccines, and a failing birth rate as factors working against him. Internal divisions in China are so sharp that it has found expression in various party publications, Soros said. Xi is under attack from those who are inspired by Deng Xiaoping's ideas and want to see a greater role for private enterprise. What do you think is going to happen with Xi and China?
Well, my sense of it, and I'm definitely no expert, is that it's not easy for the Chinese to maintain internal unity. And so they tend to focus on that, and perhaps that's partly why China hasn't been as expansionist a power as it might have been. Maybe that's changed to some degree in recent years. But it's a very large country. It has an incredibly diverse population. And so they have their own problems, their own internal problems, which are significant and preoccupying. And so I hope that they stay focused on their internal problems and that they stay focused on solving them. I mean, China has been forward-looking enough, thank God, to allow the free market enterprise to flourish despite the proclivity for implementing top-down, radical left state solutions. And the consequence of that has been, first of all, now China is a player in the international scene, for better or worse. I think mostly for better. I know that a lot of that was accomplished on the backs of the American working class. And that's catastrophic in many ways. But the fact that there aren't tens of millions of Chinese people starving, that's a really good thing for international security and stability. And that's of no trivial benefit to the American working class as well. And the fact is that China makes a lot of cheap stuff that works mostly, and that people who are more stressed economically have also benefited to that to a tremendous degree. So it seems that all of that has been good. The twist towards a more totalitarian mode of governance in the last 10 years, that's obviously extremely worrisome. The fact that China is a totalitarian state has had a very negative consequence on us in the West, especially in the immediate, what would you call it? In the immediate emergence of the pandemic, because what we did was we rushed to imitate a totalitarian state. We thought, Chinese lockdown, we better do it. It's like, really? Really? We better do what the CCP did. Well, that's what we did. And we'll see. We don't know what the consequence of that is yet. We'll see. Not good. Not good, in my estimation. And certainly the Johns Hopkins study seems to, it's only a partial study. In some sense, they've done the cost-benefit analysis. Costs so far. We have no idea what the costs are of having kids in masks for 2 years. We have no idea what the consequences are. What that's done, especially to introverted kids who are high in negative emotion, because they're going to be looking for a reason to hide anyways. And who knows what that's done to their psychological development, both as children and as adolescents. We'll find out over time, but we haven't paid the price for the pandemic lockdowns even a little bit yet. And did we destroy our economy? Like, these things take a long time. You know, they say if you're piling an oil tanker and you detect an iceberg in your path, you can see it, you've already hit it, because it takes so long for you to turn that it's too late. Well, in some sense, these huge systems that we're a part of are like that, is that you can't tell when they're broken because they take a long time to fall over. And I don't know if our system is broken, but we're going to find out